right, everybody, welcome back to day 2 of looking at different immigrant groups and their diverse cultures. Let's begin with the quotation from a Chinese immigrant from the mid-1800s. There were 4 in our family, my mother, my father, my sister, and me. We lived in a 2-room house. Sometimes we went hungry for days. My mother and me would go over the harvested rice fields of the peasants to pick the grains they dropped. We had only salt and water to eat with the rice. So in this, on this card in the box below, it says, most left because of war, poverty, and overcrowding at home. Many Chinese men came to the United States during the California Gold Rush from 1849 to 1852. Many of these men returned to China after they'd earned enough money. They settled mostly on the West Coast and mostly in large cities or near mining camps. After the gold rush, many opened stores or other businesses. Until 1869, many Chinese worked on the Transcontinental Railroad. Some opened restaurants or laundries. Many Asians worked in agriculture. Some became gardeners. The biggest challenge at first was learning a new language. Later, when competition for jobs became greater, Asian immigrants faced prejudice and, in time, strict limits on immigration. Benefits included good jobs, better wages, less crowding, and the chance to build a new life. Things they brought with them included Asian food, chopsticks, silk, and fireworks. So just as you did on the previous charts from yesterday, you'll complete the graphic organizer. This is arranged just a little bit differently than the one you had yesterday. So you'll fill that out the exact same way. And finally, our last group, and let me make this screen just a little bit bigger so you can see all of the card. The last group that we'll look at is from Italy. Looks like we have part of this card just a little out of the frame of the video. I'll just have to move that around a little bit. Alright, so this is Italy. We'll start with the quote. It says, my family was always poor, and in Italy, if you were poor, it was too bad. My older brother came to this country and he got a job. So he told me that there was lots of work here and to come to America. I came here when I was 15 years old with the blessing from my father, and he told me not to forget the family. And this is from an Italian immigrant in the late 1800s. So down below it says, Northern Italians came mainly between 1865 and 1890. Southern Italians arrived mainly between 1890 and 1914. Most left because of poverty or conflict. People wanted to improve their lives. Northern Italians settled in big cities across the country or bought land in California. Southern Italians mostly settled in cities near factories and big industry, especially New York City and Chicago, Illinois. Northern Italians opened businesses. Many grew grapes in California. Southern Italians mostly took jobs as builders or in factories. Some opened restaurants, and some of those restaurants are still in business. The biggest challenge for everyone was learning a new language and a new way of life. For unskilled workers, challenges were living in crowded tenements or apartment buildings, facing prejudice and sometimes working dangerous jobs. Benefits included jobs, schools, better wages, and the chance to build a new life. Most Italians improved their lives and many became very successful. Things they brought with them included pasta, pizza, and other Italian foods. And just as before, for this final card, you will fill it out. Fill out the graphic organizer. Message me if you have any questions about any of this, and enjoy learning about these last 2 cultures today.